there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Coco Zaze and I am welcoming you today to my channel. And if your first time are here, please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, and always share the video as you watch the video. So to today's icebreaker, I know some persons are saying, say it. Calm down, I will say it because that's why I'm here. And so I will still say it. So I want to talk about something specifically for couples. Yeah, even though it could apply to you that is that has a fiance, as they may say. So what do you do, or how do you handle a situation that comes up in your marriage where your spouse, or yes, if you are dating your fiance or fiancé, saying, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I feel like the love is not there anymore. How do you handle it when your emotions begin to betray your actual feelings? How do you handle it when you're feeling one thing but are you getting what I'm saying? Even me, I'm trying to say it. Like, your heart is saying one thing, your body is saying another thing. How do you handle it? You know, it's one thing when two persons are coming together and say, oh, we understand this thing, we can't be together. Or a couple coming together and saying, you know what, we're losing the essence of our marriage. Just like the video we did some time ago, when we talk about how to spice up your marriage. So it's one thing for both of you to come together and say, oh, our marriage is losing its essence, like we don't understand. And it's another thing when it's just one person saying, you know what, I'm not feeling this thing again. The love is no longer there. I'm trying my best, but I can't seem to catch it up with you. I'm trying my best, but it's like I'm no longer emotionally attached to you. How do you handle this? To start with, is a crazy thing to say, how do you handle? What I say? After how many years? You know how many years I had to put into this? I had to shun all the people just to come to you, and you're telling me you're not feeling me? What are you saying? Are you seeing another person? Yes, that's the reaction for most ladies. Calm down. You're too hot, but this is too much. Calm down. When someone tells you that, it's not the time to start shouting and saying, oh, you mean you don't love me? Oh, is there someone else? There doesn't have to be someone else always, all the time. It could just be that you lost something in your marriage. That is where it started from. If you watch the other video, which I'm going to leave the link in the comment section below for you to be able to go back and watch it, where we're talking about how to spice up your marriage. If you watch the other video, you discover that it's not always about cheating. It could just be that the both of you stopped doing the things you used to do when you started. It could be that you lost the person's love language in between the line. And actually, it could actually be that you're doing everything you ought to be doing, but the person wants more, just needs new grounds to explore. So you need to be able to understand, it's not a time to shout and say, oh, like we, especially ladies. I'm a lady, that's what I'm saying, especially we ladies. It's not a time to start crying, shouting over nothing. It's a time to actually sit down and say, okay, honey, what am I not doing right? How can we make this right? How can we go back to the way it used to be? How can we take things back to the way things used to be? I believe there's one song that is like that. I don't know the lyrics, but I know there was a song that a singer, I think a group of guys, Boys to Men or so, sang years ago. How can we go back to the way things used to be? So if you find yourself in such a situation where your spouse is saying, I'm no longer feeling this thing, I feel like the love is going, don't feel bad. It's not a time. Yes, it's okay to feel like, wow, why? It's okay, but don't dwell in the feeling bad of the talk. Instead, pick up yourself, brace up yourself. If you are a guy, brace up your face and tell yourself, what is my wife talking about? It's not a time to begin to shout on her and say, oh, you are an ingrate. Calm down. What's she ungrateful for? What happens? Is it not two of you that marry yourself? Which one is ungrateful? Calm down and ask yourself, how can I make this better? In bid of trying to make it better, that's where your solution lies. Begin to ask yourself, what are the things I used to do before that I'm not doing now? How have I been a burden to my spouse? How have I been problematic in this marriage? How have I been providing solutions to the problems of this marriage? How have I been relating with my spouse and the people around him? Have I been doing the right thing? Have I been supportive enough? Have I been communicating enough? Have I been using his or her love language? Have I done all that I need to do? So it's not a time to begin to wallow in the pain or in the talk. It's a time to actually call yourself back and ask yourself, what can I do to make it better? Because if you're wallowing in the pain, you're just going to be making more mistakes. You're just going to be probably pushing the person farther away. But it's time to tell yourself, no, let me come back and let me begin to settle the scores in my marriage. Let me begin to ask myself the deep questions I've not asked myself. Sometimes you can so be in your wrong and actually think you are right. You can so be in your right and actually think you are wrong. Yes. There are times in marriage you find yourself doing certain things and you are saying you are doing it right. In fact, you have some arguments and you are holding on to the fact that I said it well. You know how you want to do yourself sometimes. The person said A and you are saying, and you said B, but you now go back and you tell yourself that this B that I said, I did not say it well. It did not touch her, or it did not touch him the way the one he said touched me. I should have said something more. Calm down. At the end of the day, whatever you are saying is still touching you. After saying that hurting word to him or her, how did you feel when she began to react, when he began to react and feel bad about that word? So don't always try to outsmart the other person or undo what they've done. Instead, try to live in the marriage with so much sweetness and harmony. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Then where did we get the whole part of, where did he stop loving me? Where did she stop loving me? It's in the point where you stopped communicating. It's in the point where the both of you stopped taking those things that mattered to you when you just got married. Stop paying attention to the things that matter the most and start dwelling on the things that did not matter. You know how you can be with your spouse in the house and both of you are discussing everything but nothing about the both of you. You talk about everybody, you talk about everything except the both of you. It happens a lot. You talk about everything and every other person, but not about the both of you. You discover that months in, months out, a year has gone, and you people have never really sat down to actually talk about you. You even go out on dates. But while you are out there, you're either discussing the food or discussing the waiter or discussing one thing or the other, but you both of you never really reaffirmed your love. You never took out time to appreciate what you are seeing right in front of you. You never took out time to appreciate the sweet words, the sweet outings. You never appreciated yourself so much. She changes her hair, you don't even know. He gets his hair cut, you don't even know. And people out there are seeing it. They are even appreciating it. Oh, man, you look good today. You changed your hair. I love this hairstyle. And in her heart, she's saying, my husband did not even take notes. The husband takes his haircut and he comes back and the secretary in the office is saying, wow, sir, this looks so nice. And she comes back, the wife doesn't even know. So you need to begin to pay attention again to yourselves. You need to begin to ask yourself, where did we get it all wrong? Because can it happen where a spouse gets to a point and it's like you're no longer in love? Like it's like the love is fading. Yes, it can happen. It's possible. It's real. It's very real. It's very real. It's very real. But do you need to stay there? No. You made your vows. You made a commitment. It's till death. You said, I will love you forever. You said all those things. It was not another person. It was not your spirit that was saying it. It was you, body flesh, that was speaking those words out of your mouth. It's time to man up, woman up to these words you said. So if you find yourself in such a situation, don't say, "Ow." According to the Yoruba people, they say "Egba mi o." No, it's not "Egba mi o." Calm down. It's time to say, okay, how can we retrace our steps? How can we begin to love ourselves again? Take yourself out. Go for a trip. Go for vacation. Take off from your office, because that off you are refusing to take now. If it happens, if that love really die finally, and I remember we did a video on does love really die. If that love dies, that off you don't want to take, you will take it. So take out time, appreciate yourselves, spend time with yourself, talk, don't be quiet, talk, share your love opinions, tell him how you want to be loved, tell her how you want to be loved. Sometimes love languages changes. You can change from one to another. You just discover that this one is like, it doesn't get to me anymore. You can change it, but let your spouse know what you are doing per time. Tell him how you want him to be, to love you. Tell her how you want her to love you, and trust me, that love. Have you seen gas explosion? You see that love, it will be exploding it will be exploding every now and then. So never keep quiet when things are going sour. Never keep quiet when it seems like you are not getting those sparks, those butterflies are no longer coming the way they used to be. Speak out, and in speaking out, you may just save that marriage. Have I said something? Yes, I have. Thank you so much for watching today. And if today is your first time, or you've been watching and not been subscribing, please today do well to subscribe. Please. It doesn't take 1 second. Just click that notification button, subscribe to this channel, and trust me, you get all the notifications that you need to get concerning this channel. And if you already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. Remember, I always love you. I like to see those comments. Until we meet again, stay connected. I love you.